Welcome back, beautiful Brigandine guys and gals. So what we're going to do today is we are going to talk about elementals. And not just elementals, but mostly, actually I should rephrase that. We're going to be talking about orbs, or pearls, or cores, whatever you want to call it. Everybody keeps telling me these are called cores, but there's only 2 references to core in this game, and everything else is either a gem or a calcum, a core, an orb, or a pearl. So I'm going to title this video Orbs, because I know I talk about the elemental orbs that are associated with attacks and all that, but whether you call it a core or an orb or a pearl, I guess it's your choice as far as what you want to call it. I'm going to go ahead and call this an orb here. But what can equip an orb in this game are elementals. So the natural elemental is just a yellow elemental that just shoots some wind at you. As you upgrade them, they turn into either a blue, a black, a green, a holy, or a red one. I do not have a red one in this file here, but they turn into that. Another monster that can equip an orb is the Mithril Golem, or the Golem class. They can equip orbs as well. And a leader from Morelva called UMIMARO, he can equip an orb as well, and so can, I believe, Pick, who is a Barret or a fairy in the land of Norzalia. So a couple leaders can equip an orb, but most of these monsters here can equip an orb. If there's another monster that I missed that can also equip an orb, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd like to correct that in the listing here. But we're going to talk about the orbs as far as what they do and all that. So let's go ahead and equip an orb here. And before we get into that, if you like this kind of content, you want me to do more Brigandine content, please smash the like, and please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications and stuff, all that kind of stuff. That would help my channel grow, and it would be very, very helpful. And I thank everybody else that has already done so. Thank you very much for that. But we're going to go ahead and talk about all this here. If you're new to the game Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia, there are 3 tiers of gear that you can get. The first tier is white with 1 star, second is purple with 2 stars, and the best is gold with 3 stars. That's essentially what it is. It also basically describes the rarity as to who can find it. Higher level knights can find higher level gear easier. Just saying. So that's essentially what that's about. But let's go and check the Swift Pearl here. Let's put this on. This shows that we get 3 attack, 5 agility. It's pretty good. It increases our attack and increases our agility, which agility is based upon whether you can hit the enemy and evade the enemy. That's what it means. It works both ways. All right, so let's look at the next piece of gear, the Guard Pearl. Now, this one's giving us defense, and it's giving us HP, right? But as you can see, as we switch this off, we are losing attack in the red here, and we're losing agility. So different pieces of gear will give you better opportunities in some ways, and also, you know, take away some stats that you would have otherwise had if you kept that gear on. But there's always trade-offs. So, all right, let's equip this. Let's move over to the next one here, which would be the Silver Pearl. So we're going to gain some intelligence and MP. Now, in my opinion, for these kind of monsters, now it's a little bit different for a Golem because a Golem doesn't use any MP. But for a monster that's using a lot of MP, I like to give it more MP and more intelligence. You know, it just seems to help. Or if you can give it offense, that'd be great too. But let's put on the Silver Pearl here. Alright, so that's what it looks like there. Alright, the Light Pearl. What does this do? Really just gives us accuracy. But with these elementals, completely irrelevant unless you're just doing a single physical attack. So I think this is probably the weakest piece of gear, and it's probably also why that they show up here, the CP value, the combat value, is lowered. Just to let you know that. So just keep an eye on that, okay? Now, the Power Pearl gives you attack, right? Really just attack. No extra MP, Not much else. Could be an extra good thing, but personally I would choose a little more MP all the time just so I get more ranged attacks with these guys. It's a little bit different if we back out and we look at the golem, and other leaders could have different things too as far as what they do. Like the mithril golem, the clay golem, the steel golem, the bronze golem, they never use any MP anyways, so there's really no need to worry about that. They're just basically attack and defense, just giant tanks. But let's look at this here. So we had the power pearl on, a little more attack. So let's go up and let's check out the purple gear here. All right, so extra accuracy and double white orb attack. So this actually turns our blue elemental that's shooting out water attack into also shooting out holy attack. So you can see that instead of it just being a purely white, or not white, but water attacker, like splashing on him, you're going to see the same effect, but it's going to give a little more holy damage than it will water damage now. So just remember that, that is a part of the game here. All right, so let's go back in here. I know that might sound a little confusing to some people, but it's kind of the truth. So now we're going to this one. We're going to look at this one. A little bit different here, but we get MP and agility, which I think this might be better. I think the cursed orb's a little better than the divine orb at this point right here, because agility allow them to dodge a little bit, and extra MP give them more breath attacks that they can do, which is actually really good for the elemental class. So if you're used to the previous game, the elemental in this game is basically the same exact thing as the Jinn class from the previous game. So let's look at the lightning orb here. 20 MP and intelligence. Kind of better. In some ways I might choose this over the cursed orb just for the extra MP, but the cursed orb might be a little better in the fact that it's got some agility and it'll allow the little blue elemental to dodge a little bit better, right? But we're getting double green orb attack, so we're attacking with green orb a little more than we're attacking with blue orb. Okay? Okay, let's look at the aqua orb. I know we got a lot of orbs for this, don't we? We pretty much have all the elementals, all the elemental affiliations with the second tier class with this orb system here. So it's 20 MP, 5 agility, and double blue orb attack. So yeah, they do change a little bit, as you can see, with MP agility or attack or whatever. It just comes down to like what kind of element you want to be affiliated with, and do you want more MP, for these guys. For the golem class, it could be a completely different thing as far as what you're looking for. Now the crimson, obviously red, crimson, red orb attack, defense, and now there are some other pieces of gear in the game called blazing, and they have red attack, but they have minus accuracy. This is different here. The crimson orb actually has +5 accuracy and defense. So if you don't want such a squishy elemental, you might want to equip this because you're getting 10 extra defense right there. Not HP, actual defense, 10 defense. That's very, very good stat to have. It does change you from a blue to more of a red attacker. You will still get to see the blue splash from a blue elemental, but the game will denote the attack as more of a red attack because of the double red orbs. Okay. Alright, so let's put on the activation core. There are 4 gold pieces of gear here, the activation core, right here. Now, this one doesn't give you any orb affiliation, as you can see right at the top here. There's no extra orbs it's giving you. You're basically still the same as you were. You get 23 attack on top of your normal attack. You get 50 extra HP. You get accuracy +20. Doesn't matter too much to elementals. It will matter to a golem. This could be a good thing for a golem, honestly. And magic resistance of +10. But this also works really well for an elemental creature as well. And actually, for UMIMARO, UMIMARO, this is one of my favorite pieces of gear to give him, his activation core. Now, if we look at the conflicting core here, this is a very interesting one. The conflicting core here has mobility plus, so we actually get 1 extra movement here. You saw that little stat go up there on the right? It's because of this piece of gear. Attack plus 22, not as good as activation core for attack, but it does give you conflicting core abilities, white and dark affiliation as far as attacking goes, and that can be pretty good. Even on someone like UMIMARO that has a red and a black dot, that'll give him a white dot and an extra black dot, meaning that he can attack holy or evil creatures and monsters and knights and all that, and have a little bit of a bonus. Plus, the extra mobility works extremely well for knights, you know, and I think you kind of know why. You want your knight out there in the front lines doing what they do best. Conflicting core is a great thing to give to knights or things that have very low mobility, or if you're just a mobility freak and you love to have everything there right there then and now, this is perfect for you too. It honestly is. So that's a conflicting core. Let's look at Orichalcum, okay? Okay, Orichalcum would actually kind of like boost UMIMARO quite a lot because of the orbs. UMIMARO has black and red orb, and I would give him extra black and red orbs. Extra defense of 15, HP of 70. This is a very defensive orb here because hit points and defense would make you very, very powerful, or basically less killable, essentially. But that's what that would do. Orichalcum is a great piece of gear. You put it on a leader like UMIMARO and you make him into a super tank. It's so hard to kill him. Like, I put him in the front lines against whole hordes of teams, and it takes a while for them to whittle away at his hit points. I'm just saying. So this is a great piece of gear if you want like more of a tanky tank kind of monster or leader. All right, so Thunderous Gem. Let's check that out. Okay, so no defense, no HP, but you get MP here, which is actually pretty good for elementals, and intelligence, still pretty good, and evasion. The Thunderous Gem might be a really good piece of gear for elementals just because of the evasion bonus, intelligence, and MP. So this might be that for this kind of monster here. Or even Pick. Honestly, Pick too, because Pick has green elemental orbs. He has MP, he needs intelligence. This Thunderous Gem might be the perfect piece of gear for Pick, who is a leader in the realm of the Norzalio Kingdom. He's the blue kingdom on the northwest side of the game. If you start a game with that country, the Thunderous Gem might be the best piece of gear that you can give Pick because it accentuates orbs he already has. He has Thunder spells, Geno Bolts. Eventually he'll get that as he levels up. But it'll give him extra MP, intelligence, which will help his Geno Bolt or bolt attacks, and extra evasion will help him dodge because he's very squishy. He doesn't have a lot of defense naturally. So that is something else to definitely think about. But yeah, that pretty much finishes it for the orbs here. There's not really a lot to talk about. But these orbs you can get by questing at different areas in the game. And I believe I do have a listing down below for you to check out. There is a Google Docs area where you can find the gear that you need, where you need to quest from, and all that to get what you want. But yeah, like I said before, if you beat the game here, if you beat the game, you conquer the continent, you can quest as long as you like. There's no timer. Whether you play hard, easy, normal, whatever. But yeah, that's how I did it with this master file. I got everybody up to where I wanted them to be, and I pretty much almost completely maxed out Rudo because I wanted to see how powerful the dude was. And he's insanely powerful when you max him out, just saying. But yeah, anyways, please hit the like button, smash the like button, help the channel grow. I can show you a little bit of an extra thing here. All-star bonuses. You're going to notice this thing go up and up and up. Just pause the video if you want to see it. But you're going to see a 5-star bump for all-star bonus of white gear. You're going to see a 7 point bump with purple gear and a 10-point bump with gold gear, but HP and MP are a little bit different sometimes, and so is attack too. So just a disclaimer, you know, look at what this is kind of can do for you. That look at how much more you can get with an all-star bonus. So sometimes, even if you got a gold piece of gear and all you got is purple, you know, you got one gold piece of gear but you got all purple gear, sometimes the all-star bonus from all the purple gear set together might be better than a gold piece of gear, but it's your choice and your preference as to how you want to play. Maybe the gold piece of gear gives you an extra mobility or just that extra MP that you need to do that spell or whatever, you know, then maybe that's what you want to do. But let's check out the purple all-star bonus here and see what that looks like. All right. Now look at the difference here. 7 points for defense. I'm just saying, like, when you see this here, this all-star bonus, sometimes this could be better than a higher tier piece of gear. But we'll check it all out. We'll see what the differences are here, and you'll get to see it. Put on the earthen cloak here. Put on a sacred hat. You saw the magic cost come down, didn't you? Some of these actually have magic cost minus. See this right here? That's nuts, hey? There is a way to put on certain kinds of gear to get a magic cost of just 0 for these guys. I've done it. It's kind of funny. Let's put on the... So look at this. Without, with. Without, with. So, you know, I'm just saying, getting all-star bonuses sometimes can overshoot or overdo just having a better piece of gear as a whole. But just keep questing. My advice is to quest as much as you can. You know, have at least 4, maybe 5 teams if you really want to, but about 4 teams to move around the country side and try to quest for extra nights. And once you get a bunch of extra nights that can be dedicated questers, put them in the right spot, quest to your heart's desires, and eventually you will get all this stuff. But that's going to have to do it for this video here. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know with your comments down below what you like to equip and how. You know, some people have different ways of doing things than others. I in particular do. But yeah, I'd like tell me your experience. That'd be great. So, all right, have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next LP or help guide video.